So, apparently, Twitter was broken. Twitter was broken because women cannot be made fun of on the internet. So, there was a guy that posted, "Why don't men want Western women?" Okay, and he posted a video with it where, okay, and this is the video. Okay.
So baby, turn me up. I need some water in my cup. So baby, so what do you say? They go ahead and join in with them ladies. Giddy up. Look out the chicken line. Someone to pick me up. So come on, pick me up. I'm a chicken man, but I don't drink no more. But if you put that beat on, I just might hit the floor. Put that beat on. Put that beat on. Put that beat on, I just might hit the floor. Tell me what it do. I've been jigging out my body, boy, I'm beating loose. I get to do it, I let dance, so they let me do. I see the camera on me, now I'm about to act a fool. You better touch the wall. You gotta make that big that from me so roll. You gotta make that big that make that big that it's the roll.
Okay, so what happened here? Women posted something on the internet for attention. Fine. Nobody's stopping you. Men built the internet for us to post, all right? Well, not for us, but men built the internet. Nobody stopped from posting, right? Then we get a bunch of crybaby women complaining about being made fun of. None of you women were going on tangents when the men are made fun of all the time. They're made fun of for being incels. A lot of you tradcon women that were upset that these women were being made fun of. I mean, they're dancing badly. And what happens when you post dancing badly on the internet? And then everybody's trying to, again, this is going back to women always police speech patterns. So when men start making fun of them, where's the original one of them getting made fun of? But, okay, well, okay. I saw it on Twitter though, guys. There was like 3 different people that came out and they're all dunking on these chicks. They're all basically saying these women are not wife material. And that's fine. They're allowed to feel like that. And all the women are arguing. They're all getting mad because the men are making fun of them. Guys, it's a cruel, hard world. You're on the internet. I mean, I get made fun of every day of my life. So if you post for attention, you got it. Here you go. Okay, guys. So the next section we're going to talk about, oh, okay. Let me pull this up. So guys, I find it so interesting, okay? I find it so interesting that traditional conservatives believe in holding men accountable. They don't believe that it's okay for a man to be broke. They don't believe that it's okay for a man to not take care of his family. Fine. They don't believe it's okay for a man to be out of shape. And if a man is fat, broke, and lazy, they have no problem telling him that. But if a woman is fat, broke, and lazy in a 304, it's always she was lied to. If a man is a criminal, was he lied to? If he's 16, let's just say, and he does an armed robbery, was he lied to or did he want to commit a crime? When women are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and make a poor decision, it's always because feminism lied to us. Now, to be fair, I probably had this same opinion at one point. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought about, how different women make completely different decisions. I know women at 22 that got married. I actually know women younger than that got married because that's what they wanted to do. And when people have the most choice, I mean, you see what they want to do. But if women choose to go crazy, it's just so interesting how tradcons always blame feminism. Who created feminism? Who pushed it? Who agreed to it? Who voted for it? Women. And I know they'll say some men too. If all men voted, the last 100 years would have been completely conservative. Everyone said I was crazy when I said women shouldn't vote. Anyway, so I saw this reaction and I wanted to point out the speech pattern. So I'm going to go.
It's around so bad, but my boyfriend just wants a monogamous relationship. It's 2024. Expecting to be with one person for your entire life is like unreasonable. I'm a young 18-year-old Latina. I'm trying to get my face blasted by multiple men.
Okay, that actually is like the most heartbreaking thing I've ever heard. How is it possible that we have indoctrinated an entire generation of women?
And this language is subtle, but notice. What if there was this 18-year-old guy saying, you know what? I just want to steal. I want to rob stores. I just want to steal. I wonder if she would have the same point of view where she said, well, we've indoctrinated an entire generation of men to think stealing is okay. What about when men cheat? Well, we've indoctrinated an entire generation of men to think cheating's okay. Why is it when women do the wrong thing, it's always somebody else's fault? Okay. And nothing personal against her. She seems like a nice woman. It just grinds my gears. It grinds my gears when we are always blaming the men, and when women, we can't take accountability for poor decisions.
To actually believe they have more value and they will be happier because they want to be passed around to as many men as possible. It blows my mind how
I think that those women, I think she's happy doing what she's doing. Now, when the consequences come, which this digital footprint, and it might be fake, I don't know, but let's say it's real. There's going to be, I mean, no guy's going to take her seriously after that. So there are consequences, right? But this idea that women aren't happy doing that women don't like the consequences, but there are women that are hypersexual and that's just what they want to do.
simultaneously we live in a culture that condemns the objectification of women. But then at the same time, we've convinced women that the only way to be empowered, the only way to be free, the only way to be liberated from the bondages of such a culture is to want to be objectified, is to want to be passed.
I think this is a fundamental misunderstanding of women. Women like being objectified. Now, please, I need to get a button that says not all women are. And I say this because I look outside, okay? I look at where the world is going. And when women have choice, you know, when I was in Vegas, there were women with stickers on their boobs. I couldn't even believe it. That's what they wanted to do. They weren't crying about objectification until they couldn't get the attention from being objectified anymore. That's when they start crying about it.
Around and used for your body. I don't know who needs to hear this today, but you are worthy of so much more than that. You are worthy.
I don't think she is. No, she probably is, right? Because she's like a pretty young, normal chick. I mean, that's on the internet forever. What is she going to be worth at this point? I mean, you know, in all of history, there's always been concubines. They have a place. They have don't shoot the messenger, okay?
A man who will cherish you, who will respect you, who will love.
That's over for her. Yeah. And even if she finds him, she won't respect him anyway. So, I mean, clearly she has one. She doesn't respect him, so it doesn't matter. Women get men that cherish them all the time. And they don't treat him well, so.
You, not use you.
Yeah, so I need to see the simping stop. Really and truly. I need to see the simping go away because all I see now is just excuses. And it's like, okay, how are we
So
gonna
bad, but my boyfriend.
how are we gonna paint the chick saying she wants to be passed around as a girl lied to by feminism? She's telling you exactly what she wants to do. I just can't. It all drives me nuts. So, it is what it is. Okay. Last but not, wait, I wanted to go. Oh, yeah, there's comments. Okay. I am getting confused. Hold on, guys. Yeah, so her. Okay, so she said, feminism has destroyed women's sense of inherent value and worth by convincing us that we'll be happier and liberated by being passed around with as many men as possible. Again, notice this language. Feminism has destroyed it, not women. Not you made your bed, lie in it. It's feminism has lied to you, and you still deserve a man who will cherish you. And then we act surprised when we live in a culture and society that objectifies women. Think about this. Who is the culture for? Women make up 80% of consumer buying decisions. When you look at media meant for males, sure, in Transformers, there will be a hot chick, there'll be a Megan Fox. But I would argue that the culture is far less sexual when it is geared towards men. You might have, in Megan Fox, in Transformers, a male geared movie, she wasn't the focus. I mean, don't get me wrong, she looked great. She looked really good looking chick. But when you see media that's made for women, it's far more sexual. I mean, there are 50 Shades of Grey that was made for women. So even the idea of objectification, I think that women are far more sexual than men. I really, everyone tells me I'm wrong on this, and I don't really care. So I responded. What's interesting is that tradcons who push personal responsibility don't push accountability onto women. When given freedom, the majority of women do not choose monogamy. I think I had a second comment on this one. Well, I don't. And I believe my second part of the comment was, and by monogamy, I mean at 22, when women have the most choice, most women do not choose to get married. There's nothing wrong with that. If that girl wants to do that, her life. But I swear, do not cry to me about the consequences later and say you were lied to. That's where. Okay. Seen a few reels of her bragging about being passed around at a frat parties and how much she loves being used. When she's 30 and she's still single, she will wonder where all the good guys are. Lisa Lopez said, I started teaching my daughter at a young age to respect her body, and she got older, and I explained that her body is not meant to be passed around. I expressed to her to wait until she's with the right man and she's in love and that she has a future with. A man she respects and a man that respects her and her morals. Her morals and values have gone out the window these days. Thankful she valued what I taught her and is making different choices than most women her age. Salt Lake Superman says, beyond sad, these girls see again. Beyond said these girls believe the lies of feminism. Who is feminism? Who voted for feminism? Who created this mess? It was pushed by mostly women. I know there was a couple men, but let's just call it what it was. Most of those men had their wives in their ear. Women push for this stuff. When women lead societies and relationships, they crumble. They go downhill. Okay, they should really be following ladyship. Don't forget as well that many guys are helping contribute to this problem. It's not true. The number one way people under 30 are meeting is dating apps. Women swipe right 5% of the time on dating apps. 5% of men contribute to this problem. If we're being generous, we can go with 20% of men. 80% of women are contributing to this problem. No, women are the ones that are doing hookup culture. It is not men. Most men do not have the option. They should not be sleeping with as many girls as they can either. And this is the same thing. We always bring it back to the men. Why can't we have a conversation about women without saying, but men? But men, but men, but men. It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. Okay.